Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Wednesday, August 6, 2025. Before I jump into the charts, I just want to mention that on Tuesday, wickedstocks.com put out a stock pick on Rocket Companies Incorporated, symbol RKT, Rocket Mortgage that you see on television. So we did a stock pick on that large cap corporation. You might want to check it out. Just so you know, we put out 2 of those a week, always looking for at least 20% gains on the underlying stock in the weeks and months ahead on those buy signals. If we don't see that as a realistic possibility, we don't present. And so we do 2 of those a week, daily triple Q, daily SPY analysis as well. Also Apple stock, S&P 500, NASDAQ 100. You can see it all by going to wickedstocks.com and taking advantage of our 5-day free trial. Where we'll present all of that to you. So you'll see, yesterday's stock pick in Rocket Companies. You'll see Thursday's stock pick that is forthcoming. Recent stock picks, there's a handful of them that have yet to elicit, but they're very close. You'll be able to see all of that for no cost. Check us out at wickedstocks.com. On to Tesla. This 5.5-year chart. This is a weekly bar chart. Same bar chart that I show for all the longer term analysis. And it's just a reminder that the low to upper 350s remain our overhead resistance really through the rest of the year, because only if we were to close above 357.49 at the end of a week would I then anticipate longer term bullish continuation to the 519.81 5-year channel top. That could be within 3 to 5 months, could take longer, but that would be the objective if we were to close above 357.49. Until then, we've tested this area quite a bit over the last few months, and while I don't expect long-term support on the same chart at 250.33, that should be considered attainable perhaps. That is our base through the rest of the year, 250.33. And our ceiling through the rest of the year is 357.49. And so we would have longer-term directional continuation if we were to close above 357.49, as I've already outlined, and longer-term bearish continuation if in the coming weeks we were to close below 250.33. Then I would expect the 163.13 to 169.23 5-year channel bottom, where we could bottom out through all of 26. But I don't expect those extremes unless we close below 250.33 or above 357.49. Until then, we're trying to grab these 2 to 3 week swing trades. The most recent went off almost a week ago by when we settled below the 316.68 trend line. That carries with it a 2 to 3 week objective at 266.41. So we're 3-4 days, almost a week into it, and with no downside follow through. I'm not going to read too much into that. These can delay substantially, so it could spill into 3 to 5 weeks. But holding below 316.68, still anticipating the 266.41 channel bottom. And on the way down, we have 283.28, which is another nearer term channel bottom, correlating really well right now with that 284.70 low settlement price that was put out in early June. So holding below 316.68, I see no compelling reason to be long Tesla if your time horizon is 3 to 5 weeks or less. Because over the next week or two, 283.28, and over the next 2 to 3 weeks, 3 to 5 maybe, 266.41. On the way down today, we have the trend line that is holding actually pretty well so far this week at 305.89. I just have it as an intraday support. I think that's really all it deserves. At this stage, I was saying that if we break or open below the 305.89 trend line, we could see 283.28 on an intraday basis. But because these two are diverging and the spread is so far now, I think it really realistically is a settlement today below 305.89, sets up 283.28 as a 3 to 5 day or sooner objective. And 283.28 well equipped to contain daily lows. So if you're looking for a 3 to 5 day swing trade, closing today below 305.89 is the short trade to the downside. Upside, a 3 to 5 day swing trade presents with a settlement today above 316.68. And then I would expect 322.82 within about 3 to 5 days. So 316.68 is still a solid pivot point as we move through the week and into later August. Below which, that 266.41 formation likely over the next 3 to 5 weeks. And also, I should say, 266.41 can be considered the beginning of a wide zone down to 246.51 for those of you
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
Who trade 3 to 5 week and further time horizons as an area to scale into a long position, anticipating then a possible upward rotation over the following 1 to 2 months, 3 months at the most, back into the 320s or so. And I say 320s because the channel at 246.51 is formed in part by the trend line off of these highs. And once you test the channel bottom, the trend line now becomes a channel top. And so we can then rotate to the channel top that is presently like in the 330s and dropping. Anyway, so I think that covers the downside pretty well. How should you position? If you're positioned one way or another and your time horizon is 3 to 5 weeks or less, it is on the short side below 316.68. And once again, if we close today below 305.89 through the rest of the week down to 283.28, where we could get a nice bounce here. That 283.28 formation is dropping at such a pace that it will, and it's not shown on the same chart, eventually converge anyway with the 266.41 area. So we'll be watching that, of course, on a day-to-day basis. Now, once again, if we push through and close today above 316.68, I would expect upward continuation, bullish continuation to 332.82 within probably a full week. That's a 3 to 5 day swing trade. And there is also, I think that if we close back above that trend line that is now at 316.68, we can expect the 343.72 level as a 2 to 3 week objective. And what is 343.72? It is a rising channel top that is based in part on the low that was put out Friday of last week. So I don't have them all in the same chart. If I did, it would look like a real mess. It may look like a mess to you anyway, but it makes sense to me. So if we close above 316.68, I see no compelling reason to be short Tesla over the 2 to 3 week time frame. And what I would expect then within about 3 to 5 days would be the 332.82 formation, where we could top out on a daily basis, 343.72 within 2 to 3 weeks. 343.72 is rising gradually, converging over time with the 350s anyway. So I've got it all lopped together as one big zone of resistance. And that is an area that can continue to contain buying on a monthly, possibly quarterly basis. I think I've said it all. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com for that stock pick we put out on Tuesday, for instance, in rocket companies. I will be back tomorrow, of course, with Thursday's Tesla report, and you have a great day.